Hi everyone, welcome back to Mank WinLab. Today, I'm going to show you how to install Windows 11 alongside Windows 10 and vice versa. First, I'll split my Windows installation drive to create a new partition where I'll install the second Windows version. Next, I'll go to Disk Management to shrink my current partition and create space for the second Windows installation. I'll right-click on the main partition that contains Windows and select Shrink Volume. I'm going to shrink about 60 gigabytes to create space for the second Windows installation. As you can see, a 60 gigabytes unallocated space has been created. Now, I'll right-click on it to create a new partition. I'll assign it a drive letter and give it a name that's easy to remember. In my case, I'll use the letter L and name it Windows 11. And that's it. We've successfully created a new partition to install Windows on. Now you'll need an official Windows 11 or Windows 10 ISO file to proceed with the dual installation. Double-click the ISO file to mount it to a virtual drive. Then open the Sources folder and look for the Setup file. Open the Setup file to begin installing Windows. If you run into this issue, don't worry. It just means your PC doesn't meet the requirements to install Windows 11. But don't worry, I'll show you how to fix it right away. First, close the Windows Setup window. Then open the search bar and look for Regedit. Now, just follow the path I've shown on the screen. Right-click on the Setup key, select New Key, and name the new key LabConfig. In the blank space on the right side of the LabConfig key, right-click and choose New DWORD 32-bit value. Name the new entries Bypass TPM Check and Bypass Secure Boot Check. Then, double-click each one and change the value from 0 to 1. Now, run the Windows setup again. As you can see, we're now able to install Windows and bypass the hardware checks required by Windows 11. I'm going to install it on the L drive, which we named Windows 11 earlier in the video. Select Windows Setup and press Enter. Select Windows 11 to continue with the installation. So the installation is now complete. All that's left is to go through the Windows setup and create your user account. If you don't want to sign in with a Microsoft account, choose Set up for Work or School, then click on Sign In Options and select Domain Join instead. And just like that, we've successfully booted into Windows. Everything is set up and ready to go. Next, I'm going to install drivers for the Windows I just installed. Now let's switch back to Windows 10 to see if it's still working properly. So Windows 10 is still working perfectly. That's great. Now let's try booting back into Windows 11 one more time to confirm everything is working as expected. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, share it, and subscribe to support me. Stay tuned for more interesting Windows tips and tricks in upcoming videos.